Hey guys, I want to say thank you for stopping by and watching this video. And if you did like it or you haven't liked it yet, please hit that like button. Remember to subscribe. If this is your first time here, I appreciate that too. Ring that bell. Help support the channel so that we can do videos like this. That's definitely what keeps us going is the more your support, the more we get to do, the more fun we get to have. So appreciate that. What up guys? CP the Tool Addict. How you doing? Woo! Henry, are you impressed? Are you impressed? Are you impressed, little feller? Oh, he just wants his ear scratched. Yeah, he's just, look at, he's got his own bed. What do you think, Henry? Say hello to everybody. He's such a quiet dog. He's just a quiet fella. He's got it made in the shade. He's got himself a bed. Oh, are you a little chilly? Are you a little chilly, fella? Looks like he's shaking a little bit. He's a little chilly. Anyways, Henry said that he wanted to see a comparison between Snap-on and KNIPEX, right? Did you like that? Do you want to see a comparison between Snap-on and KNIPEX? Yes, you do. All right, let's check them out. All right, so if you guys don't know, I got a few pliers. And if you think that's all of them, well, you probably haven't checked out my plier video because I got a few. Just a couple. So, we're going to try to do a quick little deal over here versus KNIPEX versus Snap-on. Kind of talk about it, even throwing some oddballs in there, you know, dynamic. We got some SK and what else we got random in here? Some original vice grips and some channel lock or Mac branded. So, let's kind of talk about these real quick. I might have to do a two-part series. We'll kind of see how long this one goes. So I bought these, and I'd actually done a tool haul on these KNIPEXs. KNIPEX. Yeah, that's right, KNIPEX. Sorry, I know the people. These are the made in German ones. I've had these for a little while, and I found a really good use for these. These are actually really good for doing tie rod ends. To be honest with you, to kind of break them loose and. I didn't think I was going to like these at first, but they grow on you. The jaw cut on them definitely proves to be a different use than your other ones. And now, you guys know there's different cuts of vice grips, locking pliers, etc. You know, these are the actual branded, made in the USA Eagle grips, and these are the Snap-on rebranded Eagle grips. But you see they have a different curve to them. So these two. We'll put these two together because they're kind of the same. And, you know, you notice some differences right off the bat on the end of them. Original design, no hex deal, original hex. They all have knurling. You know, there's a couple. They definitely beefed up these right in here now. And, I mean, I never really had a problem with this collet. And the original design where they, you know, they just basically pinched them in there and welded them. These are kind of like pinched and welded, and I think they have a collar in them. But there you go. There's one thing right there. They always fly open. I mean, that's one thing that kind of is annoying. I mean, even these, they fly open. You'd like touch them, breathe on them. I do love the nickel finish on the Snap-on or the Eagle grips. We're gonna call them Eagle grips for the sake of argument because I know you guys are just like you'll pick apart anything. Some of you guys will literally pick apart anything. It's like my old saying, you'll step over $1 to pick up a dime. Okay, we can go into arguments about a lot of things, but the reality of it is, we're just going to call them rebranded Eagle grips because that's where they're manufactured. I bought the Snap-ons because they had them out first. That's the long and short of it. I bought the KNIPEXs, and I did a video, and I can't seem to find this video, but I bought these quite some time back, and I was skeptical about them. These are chrome vanadium, which... you know, chrome vanadium isn't always the greatest. They definitely feel weird, and they have, you know, their disadvantages and their advantages. But I did find out that round objects for gripping and rolling, these things actually are really good. And you can hold tension on them. You know, like this, and they don't fly open until, you know, like you can hold them like this, and they don't fly open. You can kind of control them a little bit better, which is super nice. Whereas these guys right here, you know, you don't really have one-handed control. And even the Mac ones, Oh, you thought I was done? You thought that's all I have? No. Even the Mac guys, these are nice too, because when you're talking about these flying over, open, and now these are not USA made, German USA, and then these are Taiwanese Mac rebranded IRWINs. But these ones actually have another advantage, and that's if you're trying to get something clamped. Look at the width of that; it's a lot less, so you can get. I don't have huge hands, but I got, you know, I can grab that like this. Where, you know, these, look at how wide they open. I mean, you kind of gotta. They're kind of cumbersome to get a hold of. So once again, why do I have 4 different kinds of vice grip or locking pliers? I hate it. I always call them vice grips because it's just like Q-tip. They've grown to get that name. They've self-branded themselves, so it's just, it is what it is. But yeah, there's always something about them. There's something good for each one of these. It's nice. Now, it's not necessary, but it is nice to have one of everything. We're just getting into vice grips. We're already or locking pliers, and we're already in 6 minutes into this video. So hopefully you're enjoying this so far. We might have to cut and do another review on this other stuff because I have a lot to say about these. I guess I've actually used these, so this is kind of like. I mean, these are the original ones I've had. I've used these forever. Actually, in fact, these are pretty much all I ever had. But once again, I've always been not fond of that opening like that. And the cutter here, people talk about the cutter on these things. These are all built with cutters. The KNIPEXs do not have a cutter built into them. But I'll be honest with you, I don't think it's really necessary. All 3 of these have cutters on them. Do they work? Yeah, let's look at that real quick. Now, a lot of you might be going, CP, why are you doing this video? Well, I had a lot of people that were asking me questions talking about KNIPEX, and we've got a lot to go on. But, I mean, the cutters on these things, they work. But, I mean, is it necessary? You know, they all work. Those worked okay. Let's see. Oh, these ones don't even have cutters. So the straight jaws on the... I don't know if that's, I don't know what the curved jaws, would be the 12, would be the LR 10Rs, or the 10LRs, I don't even know if they don't have cutters, so I just noticed that, I didn't notice that before. These are the last pair I think I bought. I bought those from JD Tico. Let's look at these real quick, because these do have the cutters on them. People talk, I don't never use these, so I don't even know why I'm really even talking about this, because I don't ever grab a pair of vice grips and say, oh, I need to cut it. Now, some people do, because they like to use them for the cotter pins on stuff. All right, that should be close enough. Let's see how much smoother these cut. And see, once again, I'm trying to grip right here and roll my hand down, and then trying to get into the closure to cut these. So these are not great cutting pliers, even though they have a cutter built in them, and they do cut smoother. I will say that. Now, obviously, we can't touch the KNIPEX, so these two, and the Mac all have cutters. But once again, I would probably use the Mac. Be the closest ones I'd use would be the Macs, just because of cumbersome. But once again, you got to screw them down. So, that cutter, I'm not really sure why that was ever, what the story was. Maybe somebody knows more about it than I do, as far as why that cutter's been on there. But I honestly grab a pair of side cutters. If I'm going to do some cutting, you know, I grab cutters, you know, side cutters. What do I think as far as KNIPEX and Snap-on for the locking pliers and whatnot? I think that you know, we're going to talk about what they do good and what they don't do good. I guess, you know, my opinion is that, you know, they're not a bad tool to have, but if you're trying to make a decision between one or two, we're talking about top tier brands, and in my opinion, when you're talking about top-tier brands, would I buy these for my beginner pliers? No, I would not buy these for my beginner, because they leave too much opening, or they leave too much to desire for needing to use for stuff. So if I wanted something to clamp down on and trying to get, now they do hold some bigger nuts. You'll have some smaller nuts you can get in there. That's fine. But there are some times where just the curved jaw on this one seems to be more applicable. Larger round stuff, this really shines on, in my opinion. It shines on bigger nuts and round stuff. And this one doesn't do too bad for the smaller nuts too, but it's also a bigger plier. You see how much more girth you're getting on the nose of this thing compared to these. So that kind of fights you if you're trying to get this into an area where you're trying to, you know, get into your work. This will come into a hindrance. And KNIPEX is, you know, in my opinion, KNIPEX is best known for their Cobra pliers. That's where they really shine. Sometimes not everybody's product that they make, which the company that makes it, it doesn't always mean that it's the best because of the name. And I wish people would understand that about these tools, is that, you know, there's differences. And one tool might be the best for the situation, for most of the situations. There might be a situation where you need something different, and that's why I try to have, there's a variety. So anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know in that comment box if you want to see part 2, maybe part 3 of KNIPEX versus Snap-on, because there's a lot to talk about here, and there's a lot to think about before, you know, if you're making your purchase. Top tier brands are really hard to decipher and what you want to get when you're talking about, you know, these kinds of brands, getting the best bang for your buck. So anyways, guys, remember, like, comment, share, subscribe, ring that bell. Remember, keep your hands dirty and your money clean. Thanks for watching.